Welcome to the 2350 Effect. Meet the Presenters Week. Effect starts now.
All right, everybody, and welcome again. Night 8, the 2350 Effect. I am your co-host, Damian Kinsey. I like to tell people it's simple. The network, the 2350 network is the cause, and this is the effect. So welcome to the 2350 Effect. I am the co-creator and founder of the 2350 network. I am also the collaborator of the Virtual Wellness Summit and the Professional Work-Life Balance Summit, which is starting on Friday. And I'm always joined by my great co-host partner of the summits in the 2350 network, Dr. Farron. Introduce yourself and tell them a little bit more about you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tanya Farron, excited to be here tonight for our last night of Meet the Presenters. I am the owner of Creative Living Ideas, and I'm the author of 9 different books, including Raising the Well-Adjusted Child, a Parent's Manual. Damian and I are co-creators of the 2350 Network. We're co-hosting of the 2350 Effect, and we are co-collaborating on the Professional Work-Life Balance Summit. So lots of great collaboration and partnership with a lot of events for you. So yes, and this is it. Like, we are in the home stretch. This is our last night going live. We've been live for 7 days now, and we have been able to get in touch with all of the presenters, and this is just amazing. So really excited to kick off this last night, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for being here. As you are going through this evening with us, as we're asking our presenters questions, would you please answer in the comments? Also say hello to us in the comments and drop where you're from in the chat also. So thanks so much for being here.
Yes, and if you're coming up as a LinkedIn user, put a dash and put your name. We'd like to know who's here and who's supporting us. We thank you for your help and support. All right. We have a great cast of people. This is the last day. We have a packed day. It's one of our biggest days. So we kind of start off introducing people. All right, Dr. Farron, and then we're going to go into it. All right. So our first guest is a Chief Resilience Officer, a leader, a keynote speaker, a trainer, a motivator of wellness. She likes to dance and keep people moving when it's time to do workshops. And if you ever been on a Zoom call with her, she does a lot of body movement to get you motivated and energized. Please welcome Kimberly S. Arnold to the 2350 Effect Meet the Presenter Week. Welcome, Kimberly. How are you?
Thank you. Great to see you, Damian and Tanya, Dr. Tanya Farron, and the people in the audience. Thanks for being with us.
It is great having you here. Welcome, and it's going to be an exciting show and conversation. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So we have more guests. So Kimberly is not here alone. Our second guest is, how do I say this? She's an executive sponsor. She's a business strategy and partner. She's a host. She's a speaker, an event guru, a board member. Please welcome Joy Dawson to the 2350 Effect Meet the Presenters Week. Welcome, Joy.
Hello.
Great to see you, Joy.
Good to be here, Damian and Dr. Farron. And Kimberly, I'm like you. I like to talk with my hands and do all the things and be fun. So it's good to be here.
So it's definitely going to be a hands-on, active night. We have some people in the audience. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up. How's everyone doing? We're doing well, and we're doing great. We have some more guests, and our next guest isn't a stranger at all to the 2350 Effect. They have been on this show a few times. They're a 10-time published author. Their recent book is published their first fiction book, science fiction book. Also is a coach, a leader around mindfulness, resiliency, and coaching. Please welcome Leslie Flowers to the 2350 Effect, and she's also a 2350 Network member. Welcome, Leslie Flowers.
Hey, so good to be here. Hi, Joy. Hi, Kimberly, Dr. Tanya, and Damien. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So,
Sure.
considering we have an all-star cast, we have a lot of people here, and I know these conversations are going to be flying and engaging. We always want to make this thing, keep it moving and get it going fast, and we always start with all right, so we always start with a laugh or call a text. What is that thing in the last 7 days that made you either laugh out loud, call someone, or text them?
I'll go ahead and jump in. So give everybody a little bit of think time. You know, our family has a lot of crazy, silly chats, but I shared this a little bit yesterday, but it continued on today with the amount of walking my daughter has been doing on vacation. They've been doing a lot of hiking. She is not an outdoors girl, so it is pretty funny. So yesterday, she hiked like 7.5 miles, 8 miles. She is not a hiker. She was done with it by the end of the day. I love that she was getting physical activity. But then today, when she flew back home, she said, and wouldn't you know it, I'm still walking miles to my gate. She said, so it was just funny, you know, to listen to her still complaining about how much she was walking, but in a joking manner. It was pretty funny. Yeah. Good family text today.
I can go. I felt like the commercial, like I was like that insurance commercial, like that you're becoming like your parents, because yes. I was out shopping and I like to coupon in different things and well, I've learned this, right? I don't necessarily have the time. Well, I was doing this one activity and I stopped because I literally was my mom at that. And I love her to death. So shout out to mom or any family member that's watching that's going to tell her. But I literally was my mom at that moment. So I stopped and I texted my daughter and was like, I think I was just like Nanny and Pappy, like in this moment right now. So it's just the small things that make you chuckle. It's like those moments, like how real are some of the commercials and stuff that we say. We're like, we're never going to do that. And then you find yourself in that moment.
100% agreed. I love that. I love that.
I can jump in.
Yeah, please.
So it was funny because I attended one of these like, you know, a week ago to meet the presenters. And I was like, wow, what is it going to be? I don't know what it's going to be. And then like the very next day, I have a group of 4 other ladies that I actually met through LinkedIn. But we were in a text group together and, you know, we're sharing about things that are happening. And so one of them is really a fan of the, you know, the pumpkin spice latte. We're in pumpkin spice latte season. And another one had just been in Chicago and she was in a Dunkin' Donuts where some guy was asking for the pumpkin spice latte donut, which who knew there was such a thing. And then that kind of traversed in the text to become about the pumpkin spice Twinkie, which I didn't know that there was a pumpkin spice Twinkie, but maybe there is. So the ladies are all challenging one woman in particular to be like, well, you have to be the one to go taste and do the taste test between the regular Twinkie and the pumpkin spice Twinkie. And so I responded, you know, she's like, oh, somebody said, well, you know, they do have a stable shelf life. So that's like, right. I don't eat the stuff with a stable shelf life. Anyway, so my response was, well, you know, you don't have to swallow, said the sommelier. So,
oh God, that's funny.
This was, I don't know if you can kind of see, this was if you can see the little moment of the, you know, spitting out the pumpkin spice latte. That was sort of the moment of the text thread. There we go.
Funny. Leslie, laugh, call, or text. Anything this week that made you chuckle, or it doesn't even have to be funny. It can be anything. Something that struck a chord.
Yeah, it was really weird. This has happened twice to me where, and I don't know if it's funny or it's just me, but I have really strong intuition. When you pitch slap me, I can tell. And if my hearing, I was just in a room when I heard someone say, I'm recording this, an audio room. And so I shot a message and said, please don't use my voice, right? And the person came back and said, I never said that. So this has been the weirdest. What? Damien left.
No, don't worry. He's still in control back there. It's all good.
So it's interesting to me that in 2 days, I've had 2 people that have denied, defended, and lied about something that they did that I happened to see and asked them about it. So I don't know, is that funny or what is that?
Ironic, right?
There
Some
you go.
irony. Some irony.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. One person said I was insane. No one has ever said that to me because I have strong intuition. And the other one simply denied saying what a whole bunch of people heard the person say. So I don't know. What do you guys think that is?
I have no idea. You got me on that one. Very,
It was
very
a text. So
questionable.
there we go. There were texts.
There you go. There you go. It was a text. All right. I want to thank everybody in the audience. We have Mirka with us tonight. Tina, thank you for being here. Sheldon, thank you. And Jackie, thank you for being here. Some of you have been with us the entire time. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evenings, and Felipe to be with us. I mean, we so appreciate your support and kindness, and I love learning more about you also in the chat. So thanks for doing that. So go ahead, and if you want to drop in your laugh, call, or text, we'd love to hear that also. So let's talk about this for a minute. I wanted to know, and this is one of the questions I'm going to ask you. I lost where it was. I'm sorry. Oh, I like to ask this question because it's, first of all, I want you guys to tell everybody, I know Damien gave you a great intro, but if you would like to give, like, you know, your background a little bit in your business, and then tell us about a time in your life that you've made a pivot, whether it be professionally, personally, where you've had a pivot or you've made a change and said, you know what, this isn't really working for me right now. I give the example of, and I think a lot of us do it throughout our whole careers. I give the example of being a teacher. I loved being a teacher. I was a teacher for 14 years, and then all of a sudden it wasn't filling me up anymore. And that's when I pivoted and made some changes and, you know, became an administrator. And so those were some times in my life that I chose to make some pivots. So Joy, I see you nodding. I think you're thinking. Would you like to respond? Tell everyone a little bit about what you do, and then maybe a time in your life when you've decided to make a pivot.
Well, I think it actually goes very well together, very ironic, because I think that life is a pivot. The only constant in this world is change, right? So I started off wanting to do one thing, and where I am today are totally, but it's totally different, but it allowed a lot of connections. So with Damien's introduction of events and business strategy and connection strategist and kingdom builder, those are all true because of the trajectory and the different journeys that really God allowed me to go on. So I am an event planner, not by like I went to school or anything. I actually came to Florida. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go Pittsburgh, go Steelers. We lost today though, but it's okay. So I'm from Pittsburgh, and I came to Florida to fly airplanes. I'm a pilot. I went to Embry-Riddle, and I have my degree from there. So shout out to all the aviators, because that's something super close and passionate to my heart. But because of that experience, through a different trajectory of life and wanting to raise my own kids, I chose to be an entrepreneur. Or really, entrepreneurship really chooses you, because at some point you're not filled up, or there's something else that is allowed. And I'm raised in a entrepreneurial family, so it allowed a lot of really cool experiences where now I own a full service business development company, and we take your vision to execution. And I also have a cleaning company. So it's allowed a lot of bridge and a lot of gaps. I've had to pivot a lot.
Very cool. Very cool. And that's going to be so great. So this is why we pick people like Joy to be at the Work-Life Balance Summit for sure. She's got a lot of experience. Kimberly, tell us about what you do and times that you've maybe had to pivot.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually start with the pivot because that got me to what I'm doing now. So I really lived my career in what I call 4 chapters. Chapter 1 was large scale change in management consulting and doing that with global teams. And then I really sat with my passion was to make a difference in healthcare. I lost my mom to leukemia when I was 23. And so it really was like healthcare is the industry that I want to contribute to. And I went and brought large scale change to healthcare. And then when I did that, I did that with some technology, which took me to a global tech company leading large scale change with healthcare technology. And when I was in that 3rd chapter, I had the perfect storm moment of a really challenging work environment. I was grieving the loss of my uncle. I was caregiving my father and his partner. Candidly, I was going through menopause. I'll say that. And the reality was it was just too much at one time. And I ended up having to take a 15-week medical leave. And through that healing journey on the other side, I said, I spent 15 years studying this. Every vacation I took was somatic practices, how to take care of your body, how to handle stressful moments, all these things. And my teacher, Wendy Palmer, used to always say, under pressure, we don't rise to our expectation, we fall to our habits. And so I had to really own that I knew the things to do and I'd stopped doing them. And so what I do now is I'm now the CEO of an organization called Somatic Leadership. And I teach people how to make these slight adjustments in their attention and body position to reclaim your calm when you're under pressure.
Incredible.
And I love doing it with teams, because if you think about those moments when you're in a room and someone makes the comments and you watch all the heads drop and you're like, ooh, that was bad. You teach a team how to do it together. Like the shift from conflict to collaboration is out of this world.
Incredible. That's very cool. Very cool. Leslie Flowers, share with us.
The pivot, the big pivot. Okay, so the pivot came for me right after COVID. I had spent 2 business quarters when everybody was stuck at home teaching people to do lives over 12 weeks and to load up YouTube and to keep companies in front of each other when they couldn't be face-to-face networking. Well, I got hacked. And my monetized business from Facebook disappeared because I was permanently banned. And I had been telling people, all my clients for years, go over to LinkedIn. Those people make more money anyway, right? And so I've been telling them that. They've been doing what I said, but I never did it. So this was one of the cases where the universe said, okay, Leslie, put your money where your mouth is, because guess what you're going to have to do now. So I tried for a year. I did come over to LinkedIn and I had an account. I just hadn't worked it in a long time, right? But it was still there and there was still right much there. But my business had been on Facebook. So I tried for a year. All kinds of people said, oh, we know people and we know how to get you back on Facebook. It was all BS because nobody could do it. So the pivot was my choice. And I actually had to start again, right? Because I hadn't been in touch with any of the people that were my connections. So I had to literally start from scratch, which I did. And it's been what has it been? 2 years, 2 years and a quarter. And what I realized very quickly after I got over the misery of having to say goodbye to my monetized business and my groups was I realized that I got back half my time, because I had spending all day over there, nurturing people, monetizing people. Over here on LinkedIn, I spend 2.5 hours a day. That's it. And it's even more robust with bigger and more wonderful connections. And as I was leaving, there was a lot of garbage that was starting to come in. We were getting into elections, and there was a lot of unkind people. And I've noticed that on this platform, people are a little bit more serious and respectful, right, than they were on LinkedIn. Maybe it's because they were more corporate oriented people. But anyway, that was a big, big pivot. And really, I had no choice, did I? I just really didn't have a choice.
Had to go learn something new.
I did. It worked out great.
Yeah, it did. And then we got to meet you. See?
Yes.
Amazing.
And speaking of meet people, our last guest is here. She is a advocate, a mentor. She is a definite proponent of well-being. She's a 2350 member. She's the chapter director of Startup Grind. She's a speaker, a CEO, a mom, a mompreneur. And she is speaking at the Professional Work-Life Balance Summit. Please welcome Erica Kessie to the the 2350 Effect Meet the Presenters Week. Welcome, Erica. We were just talking about what the pivot moment was. What was yours
In your career?
Hello, everyone. Happy day. Happy day. First of all, I want to say I apologize for being late. I had an obligation that held me, but pivot. Okay. The pivot was when I lost a child from an ectopic pregnancy, which caused me to then lose my support system. And when I say lose, I recognize that they were pretty much leeches. And so they needed to go because they couldn't even support me in my grief process. It caused me to create, I had lost my will to live. So because of that, and I said to myself, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I'm a therapist. So I usually would, safety plan people, right? If they they're suicidal, or if they have that lost their will to live. And so I said, let me give myself a safety plan. Then as I was filling it out, I said, why don't we have a plan to thrive instead of when something goes wrong, you then have a plan, right? So I created the Thrive Plan, and that has been my pivot. I pivoted out of pursuing my license as a therapist into a coaching practice, and I basically ended up also getting my license as a therapist, and I used those counseling skills and that knowledge to be a phenomenal coach, business execution coach. But I use the Thrive Plan all the time, constantly, which is something that I created. It walks people through their triggers, their trauma, and then what is it? How does it show up in their body? Then how does it show up in all the ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? So they have a really clear understanding of themselves. Then what are they doing to cope with it, or with what is going on? How are they going to care for themselves in this time of conflict so they can rebound easily? And lastly, to have a social support system, so that one that is understanding of what it's like for you, people who are there for you in an authentic way, who are rooting for your development and cheerleading you so that you can have the support that you need at any turn in your life. So that was the pivot. Yeah.
Well said. Oh my gosh. I mean, y'all in the audiences, you can definitely see why these four women were selected to be a part of the Work-Life Balance Summit. They have a lot to offer, and each one taps into something different in your world and can help in many ways. I also want to acknowledge some more people in the audience. Cambria, thank you for being here. Kinga, thank you so much for being here. Syed, thank you so much. Lisa Fevik, thank you. Jenny, great to see you here. Thank you so much for being here as well. Just really excited that you all have joined us. We appreciate you taking time. The 2350 Effect is always on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We've had a long week of every night, so thanks to everyone who's supported us and been here for us. The summit is this it's this Friday and Saturday, so here we are. We have arrived. Very exciting. Damien, do you have a question you'd like to ask the ladies?
Oh, I have the perfect question. Let me get the So we've been having this conversation all week, and I'm gonna go last on this one. What would you rather lose for a day? Your cell phone or your wallet, and why?
I'm not answering yet, so y'all are going to have to go first. I'm just not. If you all haven't watched, there's a little controversy going on in this question. I finally had some people that were kind of seeing things my way last night. I'm not going to lie. It was a little gratifying. But go ahead. Kimberly, your wallet or your phone, which one would you prefer to lose for a day?
Without a doubt, my phone, without a doubt. And honestly, like every vacation that I used to take back in the day when you could go to places where there was no coverage, I would intentionally plan vacations where there was no coverage because I wanted to get away from the screen. I wanted to just be present to what was happening right in front of me, and as long as I know I still got the resources, the financial resources for whatever else shows up, that's cool. But the work to replace all, the phone is backed up, okay, it'll be okay. And I remember when I got a new phone, I drove it off with it on the top of the car. So that was not really a good way to pick off that situation. So I'm just saying, I've been without the phone before.
I love that. I love that. All right. How about you, Leslie? Phone or wallet?
Phone. I have
sure.
money in my wallet. I have 2 debit cards. I have my AAA card. I have my Medicare, my COVID, and all my inoculations in my wallet. So I'm an old-fashioned girl. I do keep cash. But the
I'm
phone
going to lunch with Leslie because I never have cash.
Well, I think about the tip, right? Because I like to leave a cash tip. But anyway, yes. I can go to the AT&T store, buy a new phone, and I assume that they have everything connected with my phone because I've gotten a new one before. So it seems like it would be less stressful to replace the phone.
All right.
Hey.
All right. I love it. I love the honest answers. Those are great. Joy, how about you? You're muted.
I disagree. I say the wallet. We're talking a day.
I get it.
Okay. I mean, and if you're carrying your Social Security card and your whole life story in your wallet, you might need to revisit your plan because that's probably not for the day. I mean, we're talking a day.
Yeah. Oh, is it only one day?
Yeah, for a day. So I'll take my wallet for the day. Right. and because I can choose we can choose to take our phone to the side, to be present, to be engaged, all the things.
Yeah.
Take the wallet.
Okay. All right. Erica?
Okay, can I be spicy and say I don't have to have either one of them? I'm good.
You can be as spicy as you want. That's why we love you.
I don't care about either one of them. I was on this magical adventure in August. It was my pre-birthday trip. I took the whole month. During that time, did I lose my phone? Or no, my phone broke. So I didn't have a phone. I'm in the streets. I'm in another state, but I was fine with that. And then I'm always losing my cards.
Y'all, I
It's
want to
the-
take a
it's the thing.
magical. I want to
I'm
take
like,
a magical week with Erica. I do. Next August, I'm taking that magical week with you. I cannot wait.
listen, a lot of things will happen for you. Like people just buy stuff for you. They'll tell you what to go, what to do. It's just,
We'll go visit Leslie. She's got cash.
I mean, yeah. Listen, sometimes you just gotta be wild and free. Okay, so that's what I would say.
That might be our best answer yet so far, Damien. I don't know. Can I be spicy about it? I like that. Damien, you want me to go or do you want to go?
No, you go first and I'll
Okay.
go last.
So mine is definitely my wallet. I don't ever have any cash. I probably barely have a quarter to get the grocery cart at Aldi's. I don't know. I usually dig around in my car for that, but I am okay with that. But my phone, like, it has most of my cards. It has my insurance company, all my insurance cards on it, my wallet, my money, and then you all, like, if I lose that, then how am I going to answer my LinkedIn messages and things like that? If I'm away from home, I got to check those here and there. Like, y'all would be like, oh gosh, she hasn't responded all day. She must, not like me anymore. No, that's not it. So I'd much rather lose my wallet. Now, I asked my husband this question this morning. I said, we've had a little debate going on. And not that we're keeping tabs, but I kind of am. And he agreed with the wallet. And his answer was, well, what if one of our daughters calls me and needs me? Like, what if they need me? I need to be able to answer my phone for the girls if they need me. And I was like, I like that answer. Right on. So, I don't know. He's a pretty stand-up guy. All right. And I love Cambria. I got a few on my team over here. Just a few on my team. I like it.
I get it. So this is a great question to ask people. I've asked it. You'd be surprised. I'm always surprised at what people say when I ask this question and whatnot. This is a perfect work-life balance question. You can do a lot of inventory. Those people who said the phone, I get it. If you have to, I always say if you have to reach out to your kid, it's important because they need to be able to access you and call you. If you're on call for work, if you're on call, those are important. If you are a truck driver or Uber driver, you need your wallet for your ID. If you're going outside and you're in a store and you need to buy something, sometimes you need ID. You can't always just use your phone. I know people use Apple Pay, but in the same token with your cell phone, you can it's a lot of times when people have Apple, it's backed up on Apple, so you can get that stuff on the internet on your laptop. You have to have an Apple ID. Google's doing that too. So it's always a good way to have this conversation to see what the inventory lies. If you say phone, evaluate why so much that phone is so important for you for 24 hours and do that inventory and look at it. Same thing with the wallet and kind of like hopefully figure out what the pros and cons of it, or be like Erica. I don't need either one. I'm going on vacation. So it's always important to do that inventory. That's the reason for this question. And we're talking about work-life balance. So there's no right answer to it. So cool.
I love that. So do you want to take a minute and talk about the summit?
Yep.
Oh, right. Sounds good. You're still waiting on me. I get it now. Gotcha. I'm ready to roll, everybody. We're going to show you a little bit about the Work-Life Balance Summit. It is an amazing platform. You still have time to get tickets to it, so you can scan the QR code. Also, you can go into any of our profiles. We've all posted something about it somewhere along the line, so you'll be able to get a link there, or you can message myself, any of these presenters on here, Damien, and we can get the link for you too, so you can get a ticket. But this is the homepage here of the event. There is a great lobby chat that stays there, active through the whole session, so you can ask questions, talk to people in it the whole time. You can message people directly by the buttons up here. And then there's all of the sessions. We start at 9 a.m. Central Time with a kind of coffee talk chat, getting everybody into the summit. And then we have 2 sessions every hour. Don't worry. If you're not sure which one you want to go to, pick one. The other one's recorded. You can watch the other one later. And that's amazing, for you to be able to do. You can save these by clicking the little bookmark button on the side. But we go all the way from 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock. I close this out at the end of the day. And then on Saturday, we start again at 9, coffee talk. And then we have sessions every half an hour. Well, starting at 9:30 for an hour. Well, it's 45 minutes, but the slot is an hour. Gives you a little break in between. You can stand up and stretch, grab a new cup of coffee or some water. And then you can see your itinerary. So these are things that I have bookmarked. You can see where you wanted to go. And then you can check out our amazing speakers. You can go into their profiles. Renrick here, he's got his X profile on here. And so you're able to check out his X profile, follow him on X, which is super fun to be able to do. You can also check out my YouTube channel, Creative Living Ideas YouTube channel. This is being streamed right now here live on CLI's YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to YouTube, you want to do that to my channel, because all of the 2350 Effect videos, all of the lives are streamed here, and you'll have access to them. So you don't have to dig into our profiles on LinkedIn or worry that you didn't get an invite or whatever. If you subscribe, click notifications, select the bell, you'll be notified when we load up a new video. And then also you can go into people's LinkedIn profiles just like this. One second. This is Damien's LinkedIn profile. I'm sure many of you have access to his profile, but here it is if not. And you can check all of those out. So you can see all of the amazing presenters that we have in here. Yes, I saw Cambria said TC is in the house for us. We have some powerhouse figures in this lineup. Take a look at who is here. You are going to be amazed. Some of them have been with us since last October. Some of them are brand new to us this year, but they are amazing and incredible presenters. You are going to learn so much from them all. So we hope that you can come. The tickets are available right now. You can buy just the morning session, the 9 a.m. session. You can buy a full day of Friday, a full day of Saturday, or join us for both days. Call in sick on Friday, take the day off, get some PTO, come and enjoy yourself. Come play with us. Anything else that I missed, Damien?
No, not at all. Everything was clear.
Excellent. All right, so let's move on to, you guys, tell everybody a little bit about what you're going to talk about without giving it all away. A little taste of what you're going to talk about. Leslie, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be glad to. I was looking up what my topic is. So I'm not going to give it all away, but it's boundaries based on values, which it seems that's kind of a unique perspective on creating boundaries and calendaring, which yields, when values are included, it yields a very simple calendaring system. So I've discovered over the years that we have a lot of different separate calendars. So I'm going to show a number of different ways to set boundaries using your values, which means you have to know what your values are. And so that's part of the process, is understanding, what do you value? What don't you value? And then, are you at the mercy of the fear of poverty, where you will give up things of value because money is involved and money is more important than the things you value? So there is a way to work-life balance it all, and that's what I'll be introducing.
Perfect. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Joy, share with us without selling everything, giving everything away. Tell them what you're going to talk about.
Yeah, super simple. I wear mine every day, and you could wear it too.
All right.
Oh.
All right. You wear yours every day. Okay. Love it.
Yeah. I like to give a little bit of intrigueness. So I know you guys on the back end
Perfect.
are the things that we have, and really, it's allowing us to be able to navigate our journeys.
Perfect. I love that. Erica, a little taste.
Let's see. What kind of taste? Listen, people tell me all the time I give too much, or I have too much, or I show too much. So I don't even know how to give. Like, it's really hard. I'm working on this whole giving people a morsel situation. But so let me think about it. When I came in, I told y'all the story about how I pivoted, right? And I created a Thrive plan. Basically, y'all, when you gonna come to my session, be ready to walk away with a Thrive plan, and then be ready to have a social support system that ensures that you actually work your Thrive plan. All right?
All right. I love that. That was perfect. That was perfect. Kimberly, give us a little taste.
Thank you. Well, have you ever had that moment when somebody said something and you know that you overreacted? Maybe you overreacted. Maybe you know that stress impacts your focus and productivity, and you're ready to know how to be your best when you're under pressure. I'm going to teach you the secrets of how to do that in a minute or less.
Incredible. And I know people that are coming are going to want to learn how to do that, as well as everything else that's here. There's so much to offer, as you can see in this amazing, incredible group. Damien, you have another question?
Yes. In 3 words or less, describe yourself.
This is a new question. He gets creative and kicks these new ones in, and then I got to think really hard. 3 words or less. I'm kind of like Erica. I have a lot.
I can give you 3 of them.
All right, you get started.
Helping people business.
Helping people business. Is that 3 words?
Yeah. I'm in the helping people business. Helping people business.
I like it. Which it doesn't matter whether or not I like it. They're your 3 words. So it can be any 3 words that describes you. Notice I have my pen out because now I got to think about this. Maybe this is challenging. Who's ready to go? Leslie? You got yours, Erica? Okay.
Root for you.
What happened?
Root for you. I root for you. I want people to win. Root for you. 3 words. Okay. I could do it all day long.
Okay. Exclusive, nurturing, knowledgeable.
Nice.
Okay. How about wealthy, happy, and healthy?
How about you, Kimberly?
I'm going for the courageous, somatic sorceress.
Nice. See, this is easy once you start getting going. It just takes Erica to kick it off. Joy.
And pain, sunshine. No, anyway, pump it up. I'm a little bit spicy too, Erica, so we can get along real well. Definitely joyful, disruptor, and intriguing.
I like that.
Whew, that was hard.
Thanks, Christy. How about you, Dr.
Okay,
Farron?
I have a cheat code.
Okay.
Okay, just use your initials. So I used ENK, my initials, and I just put a word so that I would stick to the 3 words. Because y'all know I'm not good at this whole morsel thing. So I'm good at creating like that kind of thing, putting like words to go with it. So use your initials. So Dr. Farron, what's your middle initial?
M.
So do a TMF. What is that? Tantalizing, mother, fabulous. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you put fabulous there. I'm going to say, I love that. I love that. I'm going to say kind, driven, and passionate. I don't know. That's what I came up with. Kind, driven, and passionate.
I've got one for the LTF. I love that.
Okay.
You want to hear? Okay.
Yes.
Loving, truthful, and fiery.
Yes.
Come on, fiery.
I love this group. Oh my gosh. This is awesome.
I love that. See?
I love it. Changed it up, Damien. Okay, so a lot of you, did everybody oh, I missed that one. I'm sorry. I changed my mind. I want to go back to the cell phone thing because I think you're going to be surprised by my answer on this one. Do you prefer to get a phone call or a text message from someone? Joy says a phone call.
I'm right there with the phone call.
Phone call.
Like hearing the voice, like the moment of that sort of connection of
Yes.
voice.
There's intentionality with a phone call.
Okay, I like that. All right, all right.
I used to be that way, but I have 2 Gen X children who text. So now I prefer texting, and I don't like being bothered by phone calls.
Interesting. There's the fiery part. Did you catch that? There's fiery. I love it. Erica.
I think that you should text me to schedule a time to talk on the phone.
I like that too. I think it's a little phone etiquette there, right, Erica? Yeah.
Oh,
Damien,
that's
how
a-
about you?
I mean, I needed the logistics to be set because I want to give you my undivided attention. But if you just call me randomly, I'm not going to answer. See, I'm a licensed professional counselor. I don't answer the phone. I do not answer the phone. They have to text me and I get back to them within 24 hours. Or I'll see and triage if I need to talk. I don't answer the phone. If you text me, then I'll answer or I'll call you back.
Gotcha. Damien, how about you?
It depends on the situation, but I'm gonna take the approach of looking at it, and deep dive into it. If you text me, it is not really important to you. If you call me and you call me a few times, then it is of real value to you. If you're texting me, that means it's passive and it's to the point where, okay, I don't want to bother this person, or I'll just try to sneak it in and get this in there. And if they don't see it, you didn't respond. But if somebody calls you in any situation, if it's in any level of importance, somebody's gonna call you. They're not texting. I don't care what generation you're in. They're not gonna text you. They're gonna pick up the phone. Somebody who's a millennial, somebody who's in my nephew's generation who was 17 years old, they're gonna FaceTime you if it's important. So that's how you know what the level of point that doesn't stop in any generation. So if you text me, it's passive. If you email me, unless it's work related, you really don't care. And if you call me, then it's really important to you. So that's how you know.
Okay, Damien, you just brought up a point that for me was like ding, 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 ding. Because when I call one of my dear sister friends, her daughter, who's now 6 years old, because now on the phone, like your picture shows up. And so when she sees my picture show up, then she will immediately FaceTime me and I get to actually really connect with her. And so there's something about like that moment, I'll say even that super young generation. It's like, so I appreciate that direct connection.
Because we all worry about getting the middle of the night phone call. I don't care who you are. And our brain is wired to, if we get a call in the middle of the night, then it's important, or early in the morning. So I think that's just like kind of universal unwritten law. So yeah, if you text me, I know it's important. Sometimes you don't even see text. If you don't have a notification, sometimes you get missed calls. So that's kind of what it is. Yes, Tina, I know you like that. Erica, that's a good idea. You have to text. That's like they're doing an appointment with you, Erica. You text me for the appointment to call me to be on the phone. I get it. That is definitely work-life balance and boundaries. Kinga with same thing, like the preparation and
I
Christy.
mean, I think that's right for business. I'm with you on scheduling the time for business, but like what if I'm having that moment I just needed to tell you? Or like what if I just like I needed that support system? Come on, Erica, you could give me a little love on a support system, right? So like what if I just called you like, Erica, I need a little support. You're not going to answer me if I was like your friend? Okay, so Erica, I won't call
So,
you.
so my friends they're very like I don't mess with people who don't have a high social emotional intelligence and understand how to manage themselves. So if you're in crisis, then yes, I do answer the phone. But I also can sense, oh, something's going wrong. But they do know. They text me and say, available, because I'm usually like when I'm talking to people, I'm in meetings all the time. I'm talking to clients. I can't just text me and then I'll know that I need to disengage from this thing to engage with you. So yeah, no, I don't really do random phone calls. Most people don't do that. And also I have on my voicemail, and people just know that about me. We got to plan everything kind of person. Everything that in my life is planned. It's
That's part of your drive plan.
also my
Part of your
way that
drive
I
plan.
interact with my personality.
You're talking to a planner, so it's funny because I would love to challenge you on that. Like for real, like prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Totally get it. However, sometimes it's just those times. Like we don't schedule to call our mom, so like sometimes our homegirl or sometimes our sister in Christ or a colleague that we became friends with. Intentionality, that's all I look at it. It's not like we're driving by the house, a random phone call, you have the choice not to answer.
Don't get us on that conversation, right, Damien? This could lead down quite a path, let me tell you. Because I think it's situational, right? Like my kids, they don't have to text me to say, hey, mom, can I call you? I mean, sometimes when it's during a moment, like during the day, they might say, are you free? Most of the time they just call me. But I get that point. Like if I'm working or something and and somebody wants to talk to me, I got to find a time in my day to get them in. You know what I mean? Because I might be working on a project. Usually if Damien and I need to talk, I'll say, hey, are you free this afternoon? Is there a time I can give you a buzz? I want to talk to you about this. I hate that I need to talk to you. Give me something here. You know what I mean? What do you need to talk to me about? Like, is this about candy corn and peanuts, or is this just about, whatever, like something important that we need to discuss and plan before our meeting, like something in between there. But I do agree. And I also want to just throw in at the workplace, like working from home. And we talked about this a little bit in the network in our meeting on Saturday in the 2350 network. But people sometimes just like we have Zoom chat and Zoom call, so they can call me up like that. And usually you say, are you free for a call? And then they call. But when people just start calling me, I'm like, usually like, whoa, wait a minute. Like I'm in the middle of something here. Hold on a second. What is this about? And I'm more likely to kind of back off and say, what do you need? Like, what's up? Is this emergency? Because if you're calling me now, it's an emergency at work. So I don't know. That's something that could go really deep from one end of the spectrum to the other. I feel like that's a ramble for sure, but I prefer a phone call. I'm just going to tell you, I like text. They're fine. They're okay. But if you want to chat with me, we want to talk, just give me a call. I may not answer, but I'll text you and say, can I call you right back? I'm in a meeting. Oh my gosh. Look at the time already. You guys. So crazy.
Yeah, it's summit time now.
It is summit time. It is time for the summit. So one last question. Everybody can just do a sentence or two, but what made you make the decision to join us at the Professional Work-Life Balance Summit? We appreciate you so much. What made you decide to jump in and join us? Anybody? Leslie?
I'll
Eric?
jump in. Go ahead.
Oh,
Kimberly?
Am I jumping in? I guess I'm jumping in. I'll
You're
jump
jumping
in. Well, it's interesting because for me, it's really the life-work balance. And what's true for me, given some of the suffering that I went through in my previous chapter, I feel compelled to make it easier for other people. And I know that we can do that through simple practices. And so for me, I just feel incredibly honored to join this, fantastic group of speakers, but to also just be giving people, simple ways that things can be easier in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Leslie?
yes. Well, I have developed some interesting things about resentment and how to create boundaries and values together. And so I am too compelled to make sure that people have the opportunity to understand the deeper, let's say, levels of how we can manage our lives and still have plenty of time and not give up, right, things of high value to replace with the fear of poverty and the drive for money. So it should be interesting. I'm going to show a couple of different unique ways of looking at boundaries and tasks that will, I believe, give clarity to perhaps why it may not have been working the way you'd like it to.
Thank you. Excellent.
You're welcome.
Erica, why did you decide to join us?
Yes. I think I love my thriving life. Okay. And I think that I'm a model of what it could be for other people. And that's how I lead. And so I enjoy speaking on that. I enjoy helping people, not helping. I don't help people. I partner with people because they do their part. I do my part. And my part is to show up and show out and be entertaining and help you to have a plan to thrive. Because listen, my life is amazing and you can have it too. And everyone can have it too. And I believe that all of us are saying the same things over and over again. Have joy, have boundaries, enjoy your life. Don't be focusing on money. Let things flow to you and thrive. Yes. And so that's why I'm doing it. That's why.
I love that.
Also, I love Dr. Farron and Damien. Like, I really do enjoy you so much. You all are, like, when I think about when I have criteria about people and how they interact in the world, you are people who I want to stay affiliated with, and I would do pretty much anything. I'm a fan. I fangirl you all. I really adore you and how you move. And so I would do anything that you all are asking me to do. And Dr. Farron did ask me to come and speak. So
I did. Thank you so much, Erica. The feeling is mutual, and it's mutual about all of you for sure. We just, adore and appreciate you all and think you have so many gifts to give to the world. Joy, share with us why you decided to join us, be a part of this.
Yeah, I think it was first impressions, everything. So my first impression with you, Dr. Farron, and with Damien in a call with many of the other people that are have been in some of these lives and things. And it's been really, really cool, but really more passionate about there is joy in the journey,
Mhm.
being mindful of what we do and being able to collaborate. Yes, we have a lot of different we have a lot of the same pillars, but the way that we're able to be applicable to our own lives. And yeah, we have stories too. It's not all rainbows and unicorns, but really it can be that along the way if you allow this community and you allow the sponsors, the sponsorships of mentors and coaches and people in your life that allow that. So allowing you to be present. But when you talked about that, there was such a like a desire, like Kimberly said, like it's passionate to share about it because life is supposed to be abundantly more and supposed to be enjoyed. So how can we get there if we don't figure it out here? And it starts with the foundation. So
I
thank you
love.
guys.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, just incredible moments that are going to happen on Thursday and Friday. I just know that they are on Friday and Saturday. I just know that they are. And so those of you in the audience, if you've not gotten a ticket, I encourage you to. I encourage you to take time off on Friday. I really do. Like, the people that are presenting with us are passionate about what they do, and you are going to walk away with a lot of strategies and skills and life-changing tools for you. Damien, we've made it an hour. Here we are. Time to close out. I know, you guys are amazing.
We made it an hour, and we always close with a quote. What is that quote that you want to leave everyone with?
Those of you in the audience, please feel free to share a quote with us tonight as well. We love hearing your quotes. If it's a new one or if it's one that you've shared even in the recent days, please do that.
My quote
I'll
is
jump-
everything for your thriving flows to you.
Is that an Erica Kessie coined quote?
No, I got it from somewhere, but I don't remember where. So I'm not going to say it's mine. I just know I have it on my refrigerator and I read it and I look at it and I know that it is that life.
Everything in your thriving life flows to you. Is that what you said, right?
Everything for your thriving flows to you.
Love that. Love that.
I'll jump. Attention is the beginning of devotion. It's from Mary Oliver. And yeah, where we put our attention is what we're devoted to. So attention is the beginning of devotion.
Correct. Leslie, are you ready?
I'm ready. This is my favorite. And it comes with a little bit that comes afterwards. And it's not the full quote, but it's enough. Let me just fix that. Okay. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. That's Henry David Thoreau. So basically what this tells me is if one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams, simply moves toward it, doesn't have to leap, can take small steps, and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, simply tries, aspires to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. That means that your real successes, your real riches will come from an unexpected source, not from your everyday work, not from your trading hours for money, but from an unexpected source. That's my favorite. There you go. And Peter says, do or do not, there is no try. That's true. That is absolutely true. And I've said that before. However, Henry David Thoreau wasn't as emotionally aware as you and I, Peter. So he just used the wrong word. He misunderstood. That's all.
Yeah, I think his quote is from Star Wars, Yoda.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who's next? Joy, right?
I think so. I have a lot, but I'll just say anybody can make excuses. It's results that count.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Love that. All right. Let me see here. I have one that I live by, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it back out because I've changed up my quotes this week, but I want to go back to it because it is the basis of all of the decisions that I make. And it is the basis of why this work-life balance summit and the virtual wellness summit were born. Be the change you wish to see in this world. There's a lot of people that are in crisis in the workplace, in the world, teens to adults to retired people. And I feel, we can make a change if we are all putting our efforts in and that we are being the change. And I think that's what we're doing. So be the change you wish to see in this world. Damien?
It's on this little dial thing that's right on my desk.
That's
Be
right.
the change you wish to see.
That's right. I love it.
Nice.
You're up, Damien. You're the
And
last.
as always, the 2350 effect is this. If you ever wonder what those numbers mean and what the 2350 network is, it is based off this principle. Do not let 10 minutes of a bad moment disrupt the other 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. Live life to the fullest, be kind and be understanding. And people get so caught up in that 10 minutes of someone cutting them off, 10 minutes of a bad decision, a bad phone call, or bad text message that then turn into a phone call. And they get lost in that. And when you ask them how their day was, and they say, hey, I had a bad day, and it really was just 10 minutes. Life is too short. Live life on with value. And I'm definitely going to be talking about work-life balance, how to live the 2350 effect in my presentation on Saturday. Because I definitely understand the difference between not knowing and identifying what work-life balance is, being unaware of it and ignoring it, and then learning to cope with it. So I'll be talking about that. So again, do not let 10 minutes of a bad moment disrupt the other 2350. Go get your tickets to the summit, and we'll see you again. And next week we're doing a recap, right?
Yep.
So, yes. So if you've been hiding under the rock, we do the recap when we bring the presenters back on and we talk about the recap of the summit. You can be a recapper too. All you have to do is sign up for the summit, be there, and you can actually just watch it on replay if you can't come to the summit. So with that said, everybody, have a good one and get your tickets. Knock on your supervisor's door and say, I want to go to the summit. Goodbye. Oh, no, see the real. Don't leave. Look at the real first.